Right, so we're back with the paddles. This is the bit where we really need to concentrate and get right. There are so many precise measurements that we've got to get right here when we do this. So what we're doing at the moment is we've formed a groove in each one of these units, and they're going to go together. They actually are going to have strips of ply put into them, and those strips of ply will help hold each item together. So to make this more understandable, this is a complete one, and if you look carefully you can see that this here is wider than this one. So we've set up one groove, which is this on the machine here, and then I've reset the machine so it's slightly higher. So to do this I've had to lay them on top of each other to make sure that I've got the correct measurement for each one of these. Now the process of this is quite tricky because I do have to enlarge this one by about 1 millimetre each way, just so that we can allow for the movement when we glue it together. So eventually they become one paddle, and then you have this overhang, this rebate here, and then this part will be curved here, and then this part will be curved here, and that will form that picture we saw earlier, which is basically this. So this is the cross section of it, and as you can see that's what we're aiming to form, those paddles. Now the tricky dimension will be when I put the little pin in the middle for this to pivot round like so. That has to be so on the button, and at the same time it has to be correct on the frame. So going to have a tricky time, and it's going to take a little time. We're going to be very, very cautious about how we do it. We do have a little bit of tolerance because obviously, as I said, I'm making one of the grooves slightly fatter, so in effect what it will do is it'll allow me a little bit of freedom to be able to put these together exactly right. Plus I've oversized the paddles a little bit so I can reduce them, but they need to sit in the drying room for a little bit longer so that they shrink to what they should be. Now these have been in the drying room for some time, but again there's a little more to go. I think another 2 or 3% here and there, but at least we know that we're somewhere near, and that will allow us then, so that when they do shrink they move together. The scary part about this final part of the project is when you glue it together, of course the material you're using is a water-based product, and therefore can cause the whole thing to spread or to shift, and then gain moisture content and could twist. So it's got to be done very, very carefully. A thin amount of glue glued on both sides. Now to do this, what I have done is temporarily, or should I say, I've done a sample. I've glued 2 bits of the offcuts together with a very thin glue, which I'm going to leave overnight to see how that works out. And then we shall review that in the morning. In the meantime, I've got some spindle moulding to do because I'm now going to do this second groove, which is further inbound down here. So wish me luck. Off we go.